oopsie. Super whamming. Did an oopsie. Good evening. I'm Poppy. Let's get into the news. Let's just jump into it. Meme review. Article 13, as you guys know, from September 12th, got approved. That's right. Everyone press F for European Union. What did Article 13
He's in UK,
say?
by the way.
People were saying that now you can't upload footage if you go to a game match. You can't upload footage of memes, okay? They will restrict content in the European Union for everyone, for who uploads and whatever you can access. There will be a link tax for sharing links. What a great idea! Yeah, let's add that. Have we not suffered enough? Alright? We dealt with Pewdiepie. We don't need anything more. So what really Article 13 means hasn't really been clear until now that YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki spoke out in a blog post published a few days ago. And it doesn't look good. It looks like I'll be moving it to India, and you as well, if it is what she's saying. For those of you who don't know, Article 13 is a legislation created by the EU Parliament and with the intent to protect copyright for everyone and protect your content online. It has a good intent, but the way it's written, it threatens anyone uploading on major platforms and people accessing content on these platforms. Basically, any content that you don't own 100%, you will not be able to upload. This video, for example, has already broken that law. So, bye Pew News, bye! This is so sad, I'm gonna be out of work soon. Now, this passed in September, and it's very confusing. I'm not gonna lie. So we get these crazy articles saying that the man behind EU's copyright law is surprised by what's in the proposal, unaware of what exactly he voted for. To be clear, he knows what he's voting for. The problem is that people are interpreting what the law means differently. This is what I think. But what Susan Wojcicki said in the blog post is that they support the goals of Article 13, but they say that the Parliament's approach to it is unrealistic, and that copyright holders often disagree on who owns the content, and YouTube can't really take responsibility for that, so they're just not going to host the content. As an example, they bring up Despacito. Oh no, what am I gonna do without Despacito? Because apparently this song, I didn't know, contains multiple copyright. Maybe it has samples in it, I don't know. They're basically saying that no company would take this financial risk. It just wouldn't be worth for YouTube to host this type of content, so they would just block it. YouTube said that they have taken steps already to address copyright infringement. Content ID provides the best solution, and I can't believe I support Content ID because it's goddamn awful. I mean, I made a cover of Despacito and I got a copyright strike. So it's already pretty damn bad. Like, it was 20 seconds of a video that I lost all the revenue on. It was a 10-minute video that had nothing to do with Despacito, but that's how Content ID works. I can't imagine it being worse than that. So then YouTube went to Twitter to clarify sort of some of the things that Susan mentioned, and they're saying that YouTube would be forced to block millions of videos, existing and new ones, in the European Union. It would drastically limit the content that one can upload to the platform in Europe. So basically they're saying, when this rule passes, we're just gonna block the content. So it's some pretty scary and dire consequences. It's not just for people uploading, it's also people watching. It's really weird. I was looking around and I saw a lot of artists actually support Article 13. You have James Blunt, apparently.
My name is James Blunt. I've been so lucky to be able to make music, but the next generation of artists coming through need to get a better deal when their music is used online. I believe we need a world where the effort and creativity that goes into making music is rewarded fairly. That's why the proposals in Europe to ensure online services get licenses for the music they use are so important to performers and songwriters who are trying to make a living and build a career in music.
What are you talking about? Like, can you explain what the problem is? What is the problem? Is Jane Blonde not earning money of his music? Like, what is the problem? Someone explain to me, what is the problem that so desperately needs to be fixed for creators? You even have people like Paul McCartney signing a letter, an open letter to the European Parliament saying, not going against Article 13, saying, endorsing it, saying that music and culture matter. They are heart and soul, but they just don't happen. They demand the hard work of people. What are you talking about? What's the issue? What is Article 13 solving? If it's so important, at least that message should be clear. You can look at frequently asked questions on their website. It doesn't answer this question, at least for me. It's just very vaguely describing nothing. More cross-border access for citizens to copyright-protected content online. Okay, cool. What does that mean? You need to be more specific. Fair rules of the game for a better functioning copyright marketplace. What game? What are you talking about?
Samuel,
which stimulates
the
creation of high quality content. How? Is the commission banning memes? Some good old memes. The commission is not banning memes. Caricatures or any reuse of content allowed under exceptions or limitation to copyright. So basically, caricatures, parody, and pastiche are protected. Thank you, EU, for defining memes for everyone. Good job. It's all caricatures and parody and pastiche. That's it. I can't wait for all the pastiche and characters. I don't trust EU Parliament to define what a meme is. I just don't. I don't trust anyone over 50 to tell me what's the best for the internet ecosystem, okay? The problem and the thing that worries
the most deadliest gun in Uganda.
As an example, this happened in Spain, I think a few years ago, where I don't know if this is necessarily true. I probably shouldn't talk about it, but people were saying that an article similar to Article 11, which is also very bad, was introduced into Spain, and it said that Google had to pay for news aggregation, but Google just decided to shut down Google News in Spain. So if you live in Spain, you can't use Google News because of this law that was added. And it worries me because I think they're just going to do the same thing now, instead of figuring out whatever it is. Because clearly EU wants you to do something, and they're saying, well, we're already doing, and what you're asking for is just enough that we can take responsibility, so we're just going to shut down the whole thing. That's how I can best interpret this mess. So EU is saying, hey, what we're proposing isn't that bad, and Google is saying, yeah, it is, and you give us no choice, so we're just going to have to nuke everything. So it is actually, in that regard, deeply concerning. To see where this is gonna go. I guess I'm gonna move to India. Maybe I'll start a music channel. Next news. Okay. Alright, that was boring. I get it. But
yeah. Martel Dolan Street says Sweden is against censorship, by the way. I can't play this video for some reason. Oh shit, it started already. What is this? Pixel for ants?
Delicious.
Okay. Yeah. VPN, by the way, down at 666 and says the EU Parliament is just a theater show. The EU Commission, which operates in closed doors, decides everything. Omega. Yeah, I don't care too much about whether shit is tinfoil hat or not. The result is the same, right? Regardless, and you gotta react to the result and not focus on the house or whys. Brad has no friends. Thank you for getting us up to Moral for All. LaSalle D. Verrucht Scorum Povan.